Oh, hi. Welcome back to Helloverse channel. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
So, I think we should introduce ourselves again.
Again and again and again.
Yeah, because we forgot to introduce ourselves last time.
Exactly.
My name is Aldi.
I'm Nilam and
Dhinye.
Dhinye. Oh, how many names do you have, Dini?
Just two.
Just two. Okay, anyway, so because three of us have actually lived somewhere abroad, right? For quite a long time. So today's topic is still gonna be about living outside of Indonesia.
It's actually more into like adulting abroad because we've been abroad since we were like 17 or 18.
18.
Yes, it's like 10 years ago. No, it's more than 10 years ago.
For me was
Now you're making us look old.
Wait, how long was it?
Okay, so you guys tell us what it feels like the first time you're going abroad alone and you're on your own. How did you feel?
Dhinye, you wanna go first?
Oh yeah, maybe Dhinye because she's been living abroad for 10 years now, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I think like we should go for like a round first to introduce where we were adulting abroad.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's actually true.
You can start it actually.
Yep, you can start from yourself,
For
Dhinye.
yourself.
Well, I was adulting abroad in Germany. So I graduated from high school and then I went to Germany right away afterwards to get my bachelor degree. So that's where I did most of my adulting. And what was the question again?
Like how was it the first day, like before you
How did
actually
you feel?
before you actually go to Germany?
Settle down
Okay,
and
like
everything.
the day when I traveled.
Yeah, the day before.
Yeah.
Okay. I was excited.
Oh.
Yeah, so I know that like when I traveled there, I was with some friends, and then like some of them were crying. Their parents were like super sad that their kids are gonna go abroad alone, all this kind of stuff. And I was there smiling and actually being giddy about the travel itself. And my parents were also pretty chill. So like when I look back and when people ask me how was the day you travel, I was like, it was exciting. For me, it was like, oh my God, new adventure. I'm gonna go to this like totally new country and it's gonna be so random. And I love it.
So no homesick at all, like no missing your family.
Like, did you even get nervous?
No, like it was pure ecstasy, I would say.
Wow.
Like it was not nervous. It was not I was like, oh, you are supposed to feel sad. Like it was for me, like when I was looking around, I was like, okay, people are actually sad. And I was just like, and my parents were like, oh, you're gonna go, what are you gonna see? And you know, we are all, I think they were sad probably, but they didn't show it.
Right. That's what usually parents do, right?
Yeah.
As for me, I was actually the opposite. I was extra nervous. I actually did cry.
Wow.
I guess it was a night before the departure, like before the departure day.
Where was it?
Korea.
Oh, Korea.
Like, yeah, before
so
I-
your first country.
Yeah, that was like the first country where I have ever lived more than a year. So I went to the garage. Garage? I don't know how to pronounce that thing. Garage, right? Yeah, where you store your cars. Yeah, I went there. I cried because I didn't want anyone to see me crying.
So cute.
Yep. And then like my driver came in and I just like immediately stopped crying because I was like, he was like, Dad, are you okay? And I was like, I'm okay. That's what I did. And then probably the things that actually made me sad was because it was after high school, actually 2 years after high school, but then my circle of friends were getting bigger and it was getting more fun, I'd say. Like a lot of hype, you know, like exciting things were happening. And then in the middle of it, I had to go outside. Like I had to leave them. So that kind of made me sad. And then the fact that I only have like one aunt who lives in Korea and I know nobody else beside her. But also before I actually went to Korea, I didn't know her. So like I got to know that I have a family member there in Korea. Like
That's
I was
interesting.
I was already living there, and then my mom called me, and she was like, "You know what? You have an aunt in Korea." I was like, "Yeah, nice." So,
Okay,
yeah.
that's weird.
What about you?
Oh, me. The first country was Singapore. I wasn't feel sad at all at first, but then like after a month, I felt, like missing your family, and then like you just feel like it's not your environment, and you don't get used to
True.
to the society, and then like the way you live right there. So and then I went back to Indonesia every 2 weeks.
Damn.
What a lot of travel costs.
Singapore is
for
A
6
lot
months.
of contribution to air pollution.
Okay, environmental. And then like, in 1 month, I came back to Indonesia twice, and then my dad also came to Singapore at least once in a month.
But that's understandable because like it's your first experience of
Yeah,
living abroad,
first
right?
experience,
And you're like you're the youngest child in the family.
and a daughter.
And then considering that Singapore is actually quite close to Indonesia,
yeah.
right?
But it was only for 6 months, I guess. So yeah.
Also, I think that it's cheaper to go to Singapore than
Than Bali.
Than Bali.
Exactly.
So why not?
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly. But did you guys ever feel homesick at all? Like just want to be at home?
Adini, you go first. I have to think about it.
No.
Oh wow.
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 Like, I think, I don't know why, but I didn't feel homesick because like I also went home after I think 6 months when I was in Germany. I went home. I was supposed to take a 1 year college, like pre-college courses, but I completed in 1 semester. So I was like, oh, I have 1 semester free. And then I went back home. And then my grandma was the only one family member at that time that was actually sad. And then when I came back, he was like, okay, what's the point of me crying when you leave? Like, you're already here after 6 months.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like in the past, people think that, when you leave, you're going to be like living for good.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't
it's
come
harder.
back in like what, 5 years, something?
Yeah.
I was the same. Like I cried a lot, and then my mom cried too when I leave. And then in 3 months, I actually came back. And I met my friends again, and my friends were like, "Oh, yeah, exactly the same thing."
Yeah.
They were all like,
exactly.
"What was the point, of us being sad, all the farewell party and stuff?" I was like, "Well,
Yo, farewell party.
But I got homesick after like 6 months. Actually, it was I think it was during the what do you call it the spring break. Yeah, it was during the spring break, and all of my friends in Korea, they all left, like they all went home to their own countries, but I did not, so I stayed. And then I did not know what happened that day. I don't know what came over me, but then I live in a dorm. And then when I opened my room, it was, I don't know, something, I just felt something, the room was just so empty. And I felt like, damn, I'm missing so much, I'm missing so much things back in the hometown.
Yeah.
And then I called my friend. And then as soon as she answered my call, she was like, in Indonesia kan kayak, "Hai deh, gimana, apa kabar, blah, blah, blah." And I didn't say anything, like nothing came out of my mouth. I just stopped crying.
Yeah.
I cried for like,
I've been hearing like Korean dramas.
Yeah.
Like, Korean dramas.
I cried for like a good 1 minute. And then she was like, "Oh, it's okay. You just have to be tough. We're gonna be meeting soon again." And I didn't say any single word. And then after I finished crying, I was just like, "What are you doing?" And it's like, "Oh, we're just hanging out." Okay, all right, I'm gonna go to sleep. Bye. Thank you.
Thank you for listening to me cry.
Yeah, but stay cool.
Stay cool.
Exactly. I never get homesick, especially after I made a lot of friends. Because you're gonna feel like home if your surrounding is like it was so warm, and then they were always there for me.
That's
So
nice.
I didn't feel homesick at all. I felt like they're my second family.
Oh,
Yeah.
I wish I had that mindset. Because like I kept comparing my friends back at home and my new friends in Korea.
Comparing.
Yeah.
Oh,
So that's probably why I was struggling for the first 3 months.
But holiday season is hard. I also felt that. Like Christmas time.
Oh my
Or like
God.
during the time where people
Yep.
actually went home and then you were alone in
Yeah.
the dorm and you're
Right.
like, why am I here? And so I can totally relate. Like if I had to feel a slight homesickness, it's usually during holiday season when everyone is home. But I usually travel.
traveled. Yeah. That
We were in Iceland.
That's
during
what I did.
Christmas.
Yeah. I always travel during Eid, Idul Fitri or Christmas.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
nice.
with friends, also with Dhinye.
Yeah.
So it's like you guys got distracted from the loneliness.
Yeah, from the London because nobody else at home. I mean, like at that country,
Yeah.
at our host country. And then, what do you guys love about living alone abroad? What is the pro and con?
Freedom.
Freedom,
I love having my own space.
freedom to be yourself, or what kind of freedom?
No, kind of freedom. I like. So here's the thing. You know how big my family is, right? I mean, like I have how many? About maybe 8 to 10 people in the house.
You need 3 pages of a family card for that.
True. My family is so big, and then the fact that I live with kids, it means like I almost have zero me time.
Yeah.
So like living abroad, even though sometimes it gets a little bit lonely, but having my own room, having a space that I decorate myself, it's just satisfying. I don't know. And then the fact that I can also food.
Yeah.
Food is good, especially if you're into healthy foods.
Oh yeah.
Oh my
exactly.
God. Yeah, that's
so
probably the best thing of
resourceful.
living abroad for me.
Exactly.
What about Dhinye?
I would say the same. It's this freedom to be with yourself and just think about yourself.
Being selfish.
Like you don't have to because like I've been home now for like a month and then I feel like my brother and sister, like my mom will also, hey, Jackie, can you please get something? Or like, Asil, can you please help me do this? And then like, you don't have this time that you can say, this is my time. Please don't ask me around. Or like, please don't just barge into my room and then tell me
Yeah.
things. And when you are alone abroad, it's just, well, it's lonely, yes, at times, but it also gives you a lot of time to just think about who you are, what you want to do,
damn.
and just contemplate about what do I want to be in life, like this kind of deep questions that if you're not careful, you're going to depression. But
Oh, be careful.
but it's nice to have this freedom. How about you?
Yeah, me too. Actually, the freedom to be myself.
Freedom to be myself.
Because I'm not being myself now. Oh no.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
just kidding.
Nilam that you see on Instagram is not actually
it's
Nilam.
fake. Okay.
It's not real life.
No, it's different kind of freedom. What you feel right there is that really you can be yourself, like anything. Like no one will judge you. You can just wear what you want without people judging it. Like for example, here in Indonesia, like people scan you
From head to toe, yeah.
Exactly, from head to toe, like what you're wearing, like, and then people started to gossiping and stuff like that, and then it made you insecure sometimes. But abroad, you don't need to think about that.
True.
That's the first freedom, and then I think also the communication with people, it's more intimate, like compared to here. People are more engaged with their phones
Okay.
or devices, like they're, oh my God, I barely touch my phone, like not updating on my Instagram or other social medias
Yeah.
for months.
True.
Yeah.
Like when I was in London, I've never really seen you updating Instagram. Like it was really hard to keep track on you.
Yeah, exactly.
And then like one day you'll be here, one day you'll be there. And then suddenly like, "Kak, I'm in London, let's meet up." I'm like, what? And now like, I can see you wherever you go, I know where you are.
Yeah, because I got used to the culture here. The culture,
True.
I keep updating on social medias and stuff. Because at first, when I came back here to Indonesia, I felt like I was left over. I mean, like everybody was on their phones, and then I was waiting for us to had a good conversation, but it was useless. Okay, then I got into that culture where I play with my phone and updating things,
Okay.
but not too addictive, of course.
Because if it's not on social media, then it's not real. I'm kidding. I'm
It
kidding.
didn't happen.
It didn't happen. No, I'm kidding. But anyway, what was the question again? Oh, we forgot to ask about like what we hate about living
Yeah,
abroad.
and the biggest challenge.
Yeah, biggest
Yeah, the
challenges.
biggest challenge.
For me, I hate doing the serious stuff. Like making bank account and paying.
Bureaucracy. Oh.
Yeah, like paying electricity bills, water bills.
You just remind me of something that I hate.
What
I need
is
to do
it?
my tax return.
Tax. Wait,
Tax
tax
return
return or refund?
For
Tax
the
return.
for the workers, right?
Yeah, because I live there, I work there, so I have to do the tax return, filing your tax every end of the year.
Oh my
You
god.
just remind me of that, and I
Sounds
have
like
Lapor
a lot of
pajak
work.
for us.
Lapor pajak, yeah.
But I think for them it's a little bit more complicated.
It is complicated.
Oh, let's not get into details.
We can actually just pay someone to
True.
I mean, there as well, like you can hire a tax consultant and they'll do everything for you, but it's expensive.
Yes, that's what I wanted to say. A lot of money.
But also, what I actually like from living abroad, people work faster. Like they do not ask for bribe. They don't ask you to bribe, because in Indonesia sometimes you need to pay people to get your work faster.
Yeah.
To get your work.
To actually get their job done.
Yeah. Which is actually not necessary. But also sometimes when something takes too long, I wish I could pay them.
Yeah.
Like
Is it-
in Australia, let's say. I think I asked for my passport to be done in about 3 days. But then it actually took the whole week. I was like, I wish I could pay them. So, because in Indonesia,
we wish
once you
we
pay,
had
you get
that.
them in 1 day, right?
Yeah, exactly. What's the challenge for you?
Challenge.
I have to agree with the adult stuff. So doing tax return, registering internet, paying for electricity and water and all of these things, and you have to do it alone. Challenge would be, it can be lonely sometimes, especially if you have any kind of challenge. I usually don't tell my parents about okay, what kind of difficulties I have there, because what's the freaking point?
Yep.
Sometimes I tell them and they'll have headache, they'll think about it and they can't help anyway.
True.
So what's the point? So I usually just if I have any problems or difficulties, then I'll try to manage it myself and not asking for help, which can be tough, especially if you are around 17, 18,
Yeah.
because you are just adulting.
True.
So I would say that.
Oh, okay.
Nilam?
For
Yeah,
me,
what's
the
your biggest
biggest challenge, I think it was to control myself.
You control yourself?
Yeah, I mean
From what?
Best.
to control myself, because there were a lot of temptations, I would say,
Ooh.
for shopping.
Oh, shopping. Okay.
That's my biggest problem. Yeah, living alone, it means that my parents, my mom weren't there.
Yeah.
To sometimes they control my finance, or for example the things that I bought, because that's my I don't know.
Your dad's credit card?
No, it's not his credit card, but sometimes as a child, as their children, you just felt nggak enak
Yeah,
pakai
you
ini.
felt guilty.
Yeah.
But then abroad, no one really controlled you.
And then you see their face when they're looking at the bills and they're
Yeah.
I'm just gonna spend it.
Yeah, exactly. That's one. And another one was I think it's on the money for me.
Money.
Yeah, the money.
Oh, like managing money?
No, more we spend a lot of money
Oh
there.
well, yeah, true.
Yeah, it's hard to control, and sometimes we couldn't get the same quality as in Indonesia. For example, in terms of service, like you had to pay a lot of money
True.
to get a better service
True. Because
abroad.
what do you call it? Human resources.
Yeah, human resources were very expensive there.
Because they are specialized. So it's not like, like in here, if we want to fix something, we can just go to abang-abang somewhere.
Yeah.
True.
Can you please fix this?
Palu gada.
Palu gada.
Exactly.
One man can do everything.
Everything they can.
And they're like, they have like all kind of certification to prove that they can fix a lamp or something like that. So it is expensive.
It's true.
I got my carpet cleaned once in Australia and I had to pay like $100.
Yeah.
And I was like, bro,
$100.
that's more than sejuta, I think.
Yeah.
It was about like 100. Yeah. Anyway, yeah.
You can call a maid for 1 month.
I know, right? Yeah, you get a maid who lives in your house who cater to you almost like 24 hours for like 100 Australian dollars. And the service was only like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
How long have you guys been abroad? Actually, like you haven't mentioned it.
Wait, I have to calculate. Dhinye, you go first.
I've been there since 2012. So it's been 9 years now.
Almost 10 years.
Yep.
If I have to total everything, I think it's a solid 7 years for me.
Oh, I think me too. Like 7 to 8 years. And when did you guys finally realize that I'm now an independent young adult? Like, was there any moment that made you realize that? Like
Yep.
being an adult, like
Yeah. Australia.
in Australia.
Yeah, because like after Korea, I stay in Lampung for a while and then I moved to Australia, right? But then when I moved to Australia, because it's like my second time living abroad, I kind of already knew what I had to do,
Yeah.
right? So I finished everything that I had to do in less than a week. Like I have a bank account, I know like the train station and everything. Like I memorize all the maps, and then I have my home, taken care of.
Yeah.
Everything basically. I was settled in less than a week. And I'm like, damn, I am experienced.
Ooh, you're so proud of yourself. Yeah, that's nice.
And I think like to not sound like a privileged people, like they would probably say, like the listener would probably say, well, we also do like pay these things when we are doing our college in Java Island or like in other island. But I think the difference
it's
is
different.
language and
Languages,
culture, and you just don't know anyone that you can ask for help. Like here, you can call your mom. How do I pay electricity? And then they will tell you how. And when you are abroad, it's like you have to figure out yourself. You have to either look at the website or you can't ask around because you don't know anyone. So that's why the experience is different than just like trying to pay electricity here and
It's
create
just a
bank
different
account.
feeling, like calling someone to pay a bill or like to order something online, even like food delivery. It's because it's different language,
Yeah, different.
You're like, oh my God, can I do it? Can I do it? Can I do it? The first time was just so nerve-wracking for me. I was like, oh, no.
Oh my God, that's my biggest problem in China.
Oh, my
Delivering food
God.
through phone. Oh, die. Wait, it was so difficult, especially when you live in different countries with different bureaucracies and different cultures. Because like sometimes the way to for example, rent a home, they have different way. Like for example, in China, you have to pay the deposit first, and then you can view the home, and you didn't need to get it through the travel agent. Not travel agent. I mean like the
property, the property management. Something?
Yeah, the property agent. While in Europe, you have to go through the, property agent, and then they will provide you some of the listings that you can rent, and then you can check it and everything. Yeah, and also, for me, back to the topic.
Yeah.
Okay. I felt the first time I felt like I felt independent when I finally can settle things down by my own, like everything.
Like,
Yeah, for example, like buying home, like paying for all the things, for the bills.
The moment when I first felt like an adult, I would say doing my tax return. Because, like doing tax return, it means you have already done everything right up until that point. Like it means you already got a job, you already had an income, you already had some assets that you have to claim to government so that they will reduce your tax.
damn.
So, it's like an accumulation of everything that you have done right as an adult. And then now the state is asking for their portion. So that was the moment, like when you can already complain about the government taxing you too much. I think that's the moment where I feel like, oh my God, like usually it's not even in my radar. Like my parents usually take care of this adult.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
someone
Suddenly
else
you have to
take
feel
care
like
of it.
these long forms about your activity. So that was for me.
I can't even remember like when the last time I paid my tax here in Indonesia. I mean, like I think, guys, the company paid for me. Like I didn't have to do it personally.
Okay.
I hope so.
Let's just like put subtitle there, like please don't
Censor
go
this.
to us.
Censor this.
Oh.
For me, it was when I first traveling abroad by my own, backpacking with my own money.
Oh, backpacking.
Yeah, because I took care everything by my own, and I stayed at other people places.
Couch surfing.
Yeah, couch surfing, and then also staying in the hostel with bunker beds with many people
Yeah.
Oh my
inside.
God.
I feel like, oh my God, I'm not a spoiled child anymore. Who was always go fancy on holidays and stuff.
Bro, I can't imagine. Like, I don't know. I've never gone backpacking.
Why?
So,
I think like it should be in your 30 before 30
Yeah,
bucket list.
well,
No.
cross that
Press
one.
that one.
I'm not
Okay,
gonna
skip
do it,
that
I
one.
But anyway, I mean, like all of us, we've been living abroad for quite a long time. So, like, based on this experience of living abroad, what do you think what is your most important lesson?
You go first.
For me, to love myself more. I mean, like there were a lot of reflections that I did to myself because abroad people don't really care like who you are, like
True.
they don't judge you. And then I was thinking, okay, I can be myself. I didn't need to think about what other people think of me. And then it even makes me more, love myself and then accept myself just the way I am. And also the other most important lessons are the value of relationships. I mean, relationships in general, not only boyfriend and girlfriend. Relationships with your friends as well. I learned that the smaller circle that you have, the more intimacy on it.
True. Yeah. Can't agree more with that.
Yeah.
Well, for me, I guess the most important lesson is just to respect others' life choices. Because, like, going to Korea, well, my first time going abroad was in Korea. I met so many people from different cultural backgrounds. Like, some of them don't even have religions. And I was actually shocked by that. But then people seem to respect each other's opinion. So that's what I really brought back home. So, like I judge people still, but like I respect their opinion, like not like, I don't really shoot people down.
More open-minded, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, you both already summarized it very well. I would say the same thing. Like living so far away and then meeting with so many people with different backgrounds and just like upbringings. It also, for me, you don't really know people's whole story. So you cannot really judge why they do certain things the way they do. Like, or like, it doesn't matter what your backgrounds are. you will be you. Like, because here in Indonesia, it's like very, oh, where are you from? Lampung. I know Lampung people. It's
Stereotype.
like this and like this.
Begal.
Or like, because my mom is Javanese and my father is Lampungese. So it's a constant discussion in family meetings. Like, look at your relatives from Java. They're like this and this. And like, I mean, it's not like they're fighting or anything, but people still very highlight these like differences. But like being far away and meeting people from all over continents, they are just trying their best to live their life. You might not understand why they do things that you feel like, why? Like you should have done it another way. But in the end of the day, they're just doing their best. And what right do you have to say, oh, that's wrong. And
That's wrong.
right. And you just respect their choices.
And tolerance. Yeah. So do you guys have any survival tips for people who want to live abroad? Because we survived.
We survive. Yeah, that's the thing. We survive. And still working on it. I mean, she's still doing it while we're like back at home. My tips would be don't compare your circle here with the people that you will meet abroad. Because I feel like that's my biggest mistake for the first 3 months in Korea. I kept comparing my friends and I couldn't really create meaningful relationships. What else? Also, learn about the country before you go. That's the point.
That's important.
Yep. And don't expect it. Do not expect living abroad to be like all bright and sunshine.
That's very true. Please highlight that and put that as a banner or
It's not
something.
that easy, though.
It's gonna be a lot of fun, but also it's gonna be a lot of struggle.
And for you, yeah, from you, I mean,
What was the question again?
Like,
do you have any
My survival tip?
survival
tips.
tips?
I would say be flexible, but stay true to your core.
oh, that's so nice.
That's a
I
nice-
like that.
You know, like I think the tendency when you live abroad is like, oh, I should adjust and just like live like a true Western person or like live like a true Korean or,
Oh my
like
God.
trying to adopt whatever you do to fit them.
Oh my God.
But then at some point you'll realize that that's just not you. And there is this core point of who you are, which is
Right.
influenced by your Indonesianness, your eating style, your thinking style that is very valuable. And you shouldn't try to change that to fit another country's culture. And if you can do both, like if you can stay true to yourself while at the same time being open-minded, then I think you can benefit from both worlds. You can take the best out of Indonesia and take the best out of whatever countries you're living in and then get those benefits.
I wish I heard that before I leave to Korea. Like the amount of alcohol that I consume to fit in. My God. Like I don't actually enjoy drinking so much, but then it's a thing in Korea.
Yeah.
Because you have to drink almost every day. And I was like, I have to fit in. But so yeah.
But actually, they tolerate us. I mean, if we say
Yeah.
that we don't drink, it's fine.
In
for
Korea?
No.
Actually, no.
Not in your case? Or
yeah.
you didn't say?
I did not say, but also there's a like what do you call it? There's a peer pressure. They'll be like, "Oh, you're no fun," you know.
So maybe you got into the wrong circle.
Probably, yeah. But anyway, should we close?
I think you haven't told your
Oh yeah.
your survival tips.
I think be open-minded, like don't judge people. And I know you guys already said it all.
Yep.
So like that's all. And don't cry.
Don't
Cry
cry.
a lot.
There's no
like, just-
point
just-
of crying.
Just enjoy life there. Like be adaptable to anything. Okay, so
All right.
that's all.
That's all
Yep.
from us.
That's all for today. I
Our
thought it's gonna
discussion
be.
for today.
I thought the discussion is gonna be like fun, all sunshine and everything, but then it turned out it's actually pretty serious.
Pretty
so
serious.
hopefully the next episode is gonna be more fun, lighter,
Lighter.
lighter discussion, with us ending this ending the episode smiling and not crying. All right, then. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget
Thank
to
you.
like, comment, and subscribe
Yes.
if you enjoyed this video. Bye-bye.
Bye.